Welcome to Honeysuckle Farms. My name is Todd. Welcome to the outdoors, the world's largest classroom. After reaching flood levels not seen in years, the Satilla River slowly began to ease its way down, opening up the middle pasture, allowing us to put the young guys and girl in their old pasture and back on grass again. With all the pasture work put on hold until the water levels drop, I focused on the list of projects needing to be completed that I could do, and first on the list was moving pigs. First, we had to take Bonnie's babies and put them into their new enclosure. The next task was getting Clydette and her babies inside this concrete pen, a task I didn't think would go as well as it did. All right, so when you don't hit the record button and everything works perfect, that's what just happened. So we were able to scoot the little guys up and get them into the pen with Mama with no problem. It's like they were trained. So now they get to live the little good life. They ain't got to worry about being outside. They can learn how to drink water, and they got lots of food to eat with their mama. So they're gonna start growing real fast. Go look at the teenagers, see how they're doing. These guys are doing just fine, eating away, already been rooting. So, you know, sometimes the hardest things turn out to be the simplest to do, and sometimes the simplest things turn out to be the hardest thing to do. So this worked out great. So we're gonna feed the pigs and get on out of here. We got done moving the pigs. The next project for the day is going to be the bee yard. We're up in the bee yard right now. I know a lot of people have been asking about it. We set it up before in the fall to move the bees up and start some new bees, but we were so busy on the carriage house, we just went ahead and put it aside, put it to the back burner, because you know, we had until spring. Now it's springtime and we've got to get this thing done. We've got one hive that we kept to use to build the rest of our bees up, and that's all you really need is one hive. And we won't be pulling any honey this year probably, but we'll be doing some splits and growing our apiary up as fast as we can. But the first step is to get our new stands built. Now, time frame wise, we're just going to go ahead and set it up the way we used to, with a little difference. Normally we use the block, and then we put pressure treated landscape timbers in between to support the hives, but they just eventually wear out. And so we've got a little change this year. I've got some angle and some C channel, and we're going to put some of the C channel in there, and we're going to set up our first group of row of beehives. It's going to be in the back. I'm just going to have them staggered as we come up in here, so I'll have access around the sides and so on and so forth. But we're just going to set up one rack for today. That's all we need, because we've got one hive, and we're probably going to get a couple of nukes, and then you know, like I said, build the yard back up again. But we're going to go ahead and square this up, because eventually I'm going to put a small decorative fence around the outside of this. But it's a perfect area. It gets full sun in the afternoon. It'll get some shade over here, but being in this area, it gets full sun in the morning, so it's a great area for the bees, and we're looking forward to get them set up. So we're going to get at it. So we got the little first section of our bee yard set up, our first rack. The way I set it up, I can set 2 boxes in the center sections and then a nuke on each end. I like to come in from the back side, so we left 4 foot behind the back of the beehive stand, so where we're going to run a decorative fence and down along the side, and of course over in that little corner. So I'll have room to work from the side, and we'll bring our next sections 4 feet up in front of this one, and so on and so forth as we get more bees. So we'll build it up, but that's the first part, getting it started. We're probably going to set some used frames in that nuke in the middle and put some swarm lure in there and see if we can catch us some free bees. So follow on, we're back. The bee yard is fixing to be back in business. All right, so we finished setting up the bee stand, and we put some boxes up there. I got 2 regular boxes and a nuke, and what we're going to do is throw some we put some old frames in there with some comb in it, and each one of the boxes, and then I put some new foundations on the outside, and we're going to put some lemongrass all in there and see if we can't just catch a group of bees right here. So we've changed gears. We've gone from bees, and we're now going to welding. We've got an issue with my trailer here. This bracket, it fits right on here, was broken off by my cows. So we're gonna try our hand at welding. I'm not a welder, and but you know, you gotta learn sometime. So we're gonna try our hand at it. We're gonna clean all the surfaces. We've already got this one cleaned up pretty good, and we're gonna clean this up nice and flat and straight, and we're gonna see if we can make this work. So stand by. So there's a lesson on everything you shouldn't do when you weld. I may be a good grinder, but my welding's so bad I can't even grind it right. But we put a couple of tacks on the inside, and I think that'll help it. So anyway, it's workable now. I can get my gate up, hold my gate up. That was a problem before. So anyway, that's it for the chores for the day. We're getting ready to go feed the cows. All right, well, the water has slowed down on the subsiding part right now, but at least it's still going down. We're not expecting rain for a while. The field's pretty much underwater still. It's wet, sopping wet, but at least they got their grass back, and hopefully it'll keep going down. We're going to try to help it next weekend and see what we can do, go from there. But yep, it's going down. You know, all around the country here, it's getting to be springtime, and especially down here in South Georgia. The birds are out. We've got the turkeys. We saw turkeys this morning, and it's getting warmer. We had some 80-degree days this week. So we come up here to check on the seedlings, and you know, our first group of seedlings did well. This second group we planted a week ago, I say, are doing okay. I expect a little bit better, but you know, it is what it is. People will tell you that seeds will last forever, and I find that they last probably around 3 to 4 years. So we keep all our seeds in a Tupperware container out here. You know, so sometimes you got to go through them and figure out what's going on. And, you know, just if you got to replant them, you replant them. But we give them a couple of weeks and see what happens, and we'll go from there. But, you know, it's getting to be a busy time of the year for us. Today is going to be basically garden day, yard day. I like to do that on Saturdays where I do stuff around the farm. We've got some great news. The backhoe is running. The tractor is running and working. So I've been wanting to go over and get on that, but there's a couple things we need to do. We've got this one raised bed that I want to go ahead and turn. We're going to come in here and turn this by hand and get it ready. Our garden, or actually one of our beds that we raise our onions and we have our collards in, is ready to pick, is ready to pick the collards out. And in place of the collards, we're going to plant some Brussels sprouts and some garlic. I know it's a little late on the garlic, but this bed we just don't really use a whole lot. And the next time we'll need it will be in the fall time. So it's actually got good time to grow. So we've got some work to do up in the garden. Got my grubby clothes on, and we're going to get dirty. All right, so we got one of the raised beds done. I go through, like I said, and I turn it by hand and get all the roots out that are down at the bottom. So we're going to save this one for next weekend. I've got a drip system in watering these things, along with when I come up here I'll water. I've been burying the drip system, but I think this year I'm going to leave it on top and see how that works out, or close to the top. Welcome to the outdoors, the world's largest classroom. I mean, there's so much you can learn, and I don't care how much you think you know, you can always learn and perfect what you know. So that's what we're doing here. It's a big learning process. So every year we try to get better. Some years I get worse, some years I get better, but we'll get it all figured out. So when we eventually move out here and are here full time, we'll have a good system in place, and we'll know what we need to do. We won't be any more experimenting at the time. So we're going to take a break. It's what I call my onion bed. But we've got our collards we're going to go ahead and pick out of there, and we're going to plant some Brussels sprouts in there. Excuse me about the noise. We've already got some onions we planted back in November. They didn't do as well as I thought. But then we're going to plant some garlic on the other side. We're a little late on the garlic, but like I said, we keep this basically for onions and our onions and garlic and our collards. So we're going to see how it does. I got my makeshift screen around here. The rabbits just decimated this place the last couple of years, so we kept this screen up. Makes it a little tough to get in and out, but it does the job. Our banana trees got hit hard by the freeze. We've got ice cream and I think ladyfingers, and hopefully they were doing real well last year and they got hit hard, but hopefully they'll come back. We actually got another banana plant I found on a project. Our ginger, looks like some of our ginger is already coming back. So yeah, one of our ginger plants is already coming back. The ginger grows well. So we're just gonna pull these beautiful looking collards here and get ready to plant some other stuff back up in here and get this bed done. So we're gonna get at it. A batch of collards there. Nice way to end out the season. And we'll be cooking those up this week for sure. We got our dirty work on, and so I'm done right now for the garden. We're actually probably going to go jump down on the backhoe for a little bit. Yeah, collected some food for the day. Oh yeah, springtime, the bugs are out. So again, like I said, so we're done with the gardening today. Got to wash my dirty hands, and we're going to jump on the backhoe. I thought I had gotten everything fixed on the backhoe. We're gonna have to do some more troubleshooting on this thing. Not where I wanted to be, but we'll see what goes on. We're getting better at working at this thing. All right, folks, that's a wrap for the weekend. We've done all we could do. Just got done feeding the cows and everything, so me and the wife are fixing to pack her up and head home. Next week we're going to be I guess chapter 5 on the backhoe, see what we can get done with that. But the good thing is we got the tractor running, and the 3-point lift is working, so that's all good. We brought some plants from one of my job sites down. I transplanted them in some pots. If you see somebody in your yard pulling old plants up, that'd probably be me. That's a wrap for the weekend. I appreciate everybody that watches the channel. Make sure you please hit that like and subscribe button, and share our videos if you could, please. We're just a small channel, like I always say, but we're here and we're getting her done. So hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Hope you have a fantastic week, and remember, don't ever give up on your dreams. My name is Todd. This is Honeysuckle Farms. Hope to see you the next video.